What's going on? Been a while since I've done a video. I wanted to do a quick update on my 20th through 11th favorite albums of 2021. I'm going to be reviewing my top 10 with Future Ruins over on his YouTube channel on January 5th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, I think. Pretty sure. I will post the actual information in the video, but I'm going to try to keep this one quick because I could just ramble on for a while, so I'm going to try not to. My 20th record of 2021 came out in November. It was a late arrival. It's Aer Myrkri with Bog skyggernes slør, something to that effect. Aer Myrkri is a Danish band. They are also behind the project Scare, who got a little bit of hype last year with Den Radsystem, not killing the pronunciation here, but this album, this project, I guess, because it's the same two guys as far as I'm aware, is a bit more dark. It's less of that historical kind of rock slide. Interesting. So it's a bit murkier, I suppose, in terms of production. Definitely darker. You know, it's got a quintessential snowy forest painting for a cover. But I love this record. It was really, really transportive. Really, just from the first listen, I knew it was at least going to be an honorable mention. But considering I listened to it like 3 or 4 times since I discovered it, it's definitely worth noting in my top 20. So number 19 is Tribulation with Where the Gloom Becomes Sound. Tribulation is kind of a hit or miss band for me. I don't actually love a lot of their earlier stuff, but this record really really hit for me. I think they've really perfected their sort of like rock and roll influenced black metal sound. You know, they've got those big bombastic like choruses, and sorry, there's chipmunks running around everywhere. Just, you know, that really like sort of 80s and early 90s in style, like rock infused black metal. If you know Tribulation, you're not really going to be surprised or shocked by this record. I saw a lot of people saying it wasn't quite as good as their earlier stuff. That's fine, but it was still a great record. I gave it a lot of playtime and really enjoyed sort of the catchier side of black metal. Number 18 is going to be Panopticon with And Again Into the Light. Similar case with Tribulation. If you know Panopticon, you know exactly what to expect from this record. I'm kind of on record with saying I don't really love his folkier stuff, but when it's combined with black metal, I think it just lands perfectly. He has mastered that sort of American folk metal style of music. This one, you know, I did a full review on this one, so I actually don't have much to add to that. But I love this record, and even though it's got a longer runtime, I did listen to it all the way through quite a few times. Great record. Check it out if you haven't. Number 17 is Transylvania with Of Sleep and Death. This one came out like January 2nd or 3rd of 2021. So, I mean, I had a lot of time to spend with this one. And, you know, I listened to it a lot earlier in the year when not many new records had been released. This one stuck with me right away. Same vibe. It's got that, like, you know, I hope you kind of know what I mean when I say this, but it's got like an Eastern European flavor to it. Very folkloric, lots of like vampiric imagery, but not like in the raw black metal sense. Really good record, really solid record, very memorable. Right from the get-go, there were a lot of tracks that stuck out to me immediately. These guys have a great sense of like composition and just you know, how to make a track engaging, and you know, it's like really straightforward and digestible pieces of music. So that's a great record that I didn't see getting a lot of attention, so definitely happy to be able to include that one. Number 16 is Aer Magna Umbre with Throne Between Worlds. I actually was lucky enough to get a pre-release of this record, and boy, I listened to it. I listened to it probably like 3 times in a row. I love this band, and this record, you know, it's just more of the same. It's really it's got this sort of abstract quality to it. Really, you know, heavily reverb driven. Lots of riffs, but it's definitely an atmospheric and occult approach to black metal. I don't think I actually did a review of this one, which is surprising because I really do love this band. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. It's like 30 to 35 minutes long, 6 tracks. It's pretty straightforward. Definitely give that one a listen. Number 15 is Pesach Duver with Geister. Did do a review of this one, so I don't have much to add. When this one was announced, I really thought I was looking at my favorite album of the year, but he actually really changed it up stylistically. Lots of mid-paced tracks on this one. Not exactly what I love from him. Still got the same, you know, ice-cold atmosphere, just a lot of slower tracks. I don't know. You know, it's a great record. Obviously, it's my 15th favorite record of the year. Just not quite as in love with it as I was expecting. That said, if you haven't listened to it, obviously check it out. I'm still endorsing it fully. Number 14 is Grima with Rotting Garden. I have a review of this one, so I'll just link all of these below. You know, if I put 5 or 6 minutes into talking about a record, there's probably not much I can add to it in 20 seconds. But Grima is a band that's just been exploding in popularity lately, and it's well deserved. They're a Russian duo, I believe. Really focused, really potent black metal. Great riffs, lots of just like nature worship vibes. Phenomenal band. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on them. Definitely recommend this record. 13 is Ungfell with Grauet. This is man, I love this band so much. Not many bands would be brave enough to put a fucking mouth harp in their music consistently, but somehow they managed to pull it off. This is another band that just really, really jacks up the folklore element in their music. There's lots of like, you know, allusions to witchcraft and like real medieval witchcraft, you know, like people riding brooms and shit. It's awesome. It's got a really like fun, but also, you know, authentic sort of vibe to it. Yeah, I mean, I think they definitely border on that medieval style of black metal. And you know, if you don't know this band, you gotta fucking dive into their discography immediately. Fantastic music. Definitely one of the more, I guess, anticipated black metal releases of this year, and for good reason. Number 12 is Forest with Forhist. This is a side project of Bluthaus Nord. Surprisingly, I did a video for this one, so not much more to add. Another really nature worshipy one. And I guess what's really noteworthy about this release, and I mentioned this in the video, but there's long passages of time with no vocals at all, and it's just like really focused on the riffs and like really sort of, you know, immersing the listener in just like the pure musical aspect of the music. I love that. I think more bands should do that, and I'm really excited to see more from this project. This was their very first release, so they killed it. Number 11 is Antichrist Siege Machine with Purifying Blade. Did a video for this one. Phenomenal release. This was just on the cusp. This easily could have been in my top 10. It was right there, but man, this record is so fucking good. It is one of the best war metal releases I've heard in the past few years. It's just they have a really, really exceptional grasp of dynamics of how to like structure an album as a whole. Actually, this one's sort of almost structured as like two sides of an LP, like intentionally. You know, each side, like track 5 and track 10, are both these really long, like heavier pieces, which kind of close out that side of the record, which I think is a really cool, intentional way to structure a record. But yeah, there's just a lot of dynamics. You know, you'll have a fast, short track, and then like a mid-pace track, and then a heavier track. It's just it's got a really nice ebb and flow to it, which makes it a lot more engaging than a lot of other warm out records. And I just saw them live recently, and they absolutely killed it. If they are playing anywhere near you, I highly recommend making the drive to go check them out, because they are just an incredible live band. So yeah, that's my 20th through 11th. I will put the stream information in the description for the top 10 that I'm doing in a couple days, and I appreciate you watching as always. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
Okay, sorry.
What's going on today?